fuck is it?
Fuck James Corden, it's all about the Range Rover karaoke, motherfucker! Yeah, baby, come on! Oh, we're talking about cheese, cheesy cunt. Cheesy cunt, cheesy cunt. We're talking about cheese, cheesy cunt. Cheesy cunt, cheesy cunt, cheesy cunt. I said cheesy cunt, cheesy cunt, cheesy cunt, cheese. Oh, fucking stop me, what are you talking about, cunt? Come down to
Cheesy cunt, cheesy cunt. We're talking about cheesy cunt. We are
37
live.
gang, let's go, JLE.
37 gang, 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 gang.
Fuck everyone else.
They were the days, weren't they? Do you remember that, Chris?
No, sorry, mate. I've just got in here, mate. Say that again.
Buongiorno.
Do you remember 37 gang, 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 Chris? Do you remember that night?
Was that on the Ed Dutton show? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The best
I
group.
remember that.
The best growth. Yeah. You could have done better than that. You should have. Why don't you get on there and ask a question? You should have.
You'd kick us instantly. Fuck you, mate, with that.
Yeah.
You'd allow me to go, yes, Chris, what do you think of British nationalism? Why would you do that? When you got a guest
you could have asked a direct question about like Mark Collect or myself, whatever, or Charlie. It doesn't matter. You should have just. Oh, that's my opinion.
That wouldn't happen, mate. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but if you got the question out, you got to cut off. That is the groypers literally getting groiped. That is literally what would have happened. The groypers would have been groiped. If I kicked you off for asking a question, because like, I wouldn't say that's a groip saying 37 gang.
It's the best groip.
Well, how is that not a groip?
I think
You railed you.
Mate, you literally like raided Minecraft.
Oh, have you seen what level I'm on Dead Space? Dead on Arrival. Dead on Arrival. She's not fit.
It's not fair.
Oh, Scuggy, did you watch Dispatches last night, Scuggy?
No. What was it? What happened?
Collett was on there.
Oh God, no.
So it's the burning question about last night's show. Was it a reboot or was it a sequel to the Nankid trilogy?
It just reminded me of that Louis Theroux thing. He's going through all the alt-right
I thought it's more like a director's cut than anything.
Director's cut.
Get out of my house.
No, it's
Not
like
in
a
your
tragic
house.
backstory, isn't it? It's like we can see how Colette was formed through watching what happened to Barclay now.
Z-tier Batman villain.
Is it? So it's Force Awakens then? If we're to like, so it's the Force Awakens then? Is that what we're saying? Like it looks like the original film, but it's not quite. It's about somebody else.
What cheaper budget and shit are.
Yeah. It's got a strong lesbian whamming as the main character.
Nobody cared who Barclay was until he put on the mask.
Nobody cared who Barclay was until he put on the Karen haircut.
Wait, was Barclay on it?
Yeah, Barclay.
Yeah.
Barclay's top lad in there.
Top Johnny.
Top Karen. Yeah, it was all about Barclay and his stupidity.
Can't believe I'm not on telly yet.
Yeah.
Mastermind.
Having a poo.
With all my 40 different shit posting accounts.
This man.
There were no Marco Coletti spaghetti on there. That was
Yeah.
a little fucking side note.
It should have been on there.
It's a me.
It's a me. No, it was just, it's a me, Sam. And I'm going to take the journalist everywhere with me and drop N-bombs around him.
Yeah, but at first I thought they were going a bit soft on him because like they just mentioned his name in the last 5 minutes. Like for ages, they were just like showing him and marking.
James, what is it? James Baker, is he? They're calling him.
Yeah, they were calling him Baker for most of it, weren't they?
Yeah, but why didn't they just say that at the start? And they were like, oh, by the way, at the end, his name's not really James Baker. It's Sam Neely.
That's a lie.
It's Laura Tyree.
So what's her gripe with Tyree then? That's one of her 5 names that isn't really one of her names.
No, I think from what I remember, she said it was one Towler. It was a mum's name, and Tyrese the other, like her father's name, or the other way round. From what I remember, so she's saying, "Well, technically, I'm not lying." A bit like Vinnie Sullivan and Vinnie Burke.
Yeah.
Vinnie is a fucking Burke, innit?
Oh shit! We should have seen him on. You were flopping around like a wet fish out of water.
Me and my own boy Luke paid £140 to get us all up here, and you didn't show up. Jokes on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually I spoke to a girl earlier. Rang me earlier actually. I spoke to her about it.
Bragging.
And she told me, I seen the North and things like, where are you going to send him next to? Can you send him somewhere like fucking Thailand and just get rid of him for good? I was like, well, maybe we can get JMK to move to Thailand. He's after JMK big time, so maybe
Yeah.
We'll say JMK is actually in Thailand right now.
That's because JMK was rubbing another man's rhubarb, to quote the Joker in Batman.
Imagine the pitch though, Luke. I know we were wrong last time, but JMK's in Thailand. I just need you to buy 4 tickets for the lads.
APW will be going on proper holiday. Oh, look, this is proper holiday. It's sand and everything.
Could you imagine full-on Little British, mate? There's Vinny shagging some ladyboy. Oh, you've got her.
Oh dear. Speaking of Little Britain, did anyone ever watch Come Fly With Me? Like, you would never get that program on TV these days.
It got banned, didn't it? It got banned.
Did they actually ban it, did they?
Yeah,
It didn't get banned at the time though, did it?
Well, it was banned from Netflix, and I think they took it off. One of the, what was it on BBC? Well,
BritBox.
They took it off there as well.
2 seasons and then it got fucking axed.
It was a bit weird though, weren't it? It was a bit of a strange program. Anyway, like forgetting like the mega racism on it.
Yeah, that fucking Muslim guy, didn't you? Like driving around in a little fucking mobile and whatever. And
Yeah.
you had the guy in the background, the security guy, talking about immigrants. He was actually quite based. Fucking bad. For a fucking BBC program.
Oh, they got away with it. I'll fucking never know.
I think on the back of Little Britain with the viewership, I think that they could have fucking spray painted a turd gold and BBC would have passed it. So what people forget looking back, whinging at how racist and sexist Little Britain was. Fucking every fucker watched it.
Yeah, I mean, there's people complaining today, even only Thoughts and Horses. Oh, like when Uncle Albert, I don't know, you're on YouTube, so I'll just say the P word. Yeah, like when Uncle Albert, there's supposed to be a P word, a P shop open somewhere. And I know that's a racist fucking show, but everyone fucking said that. People still say it now, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, sending Rodney to go get some Pakistani crunch.
Yeah.
Is that what we say?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Who was it always used to call it Packy Crunch, and the fucking mum went. It was one of our lads. I can't remember who it was, but their mum or something actually went to the market and asked for Packy Crunch.
That sounds like a Vinny Struggles story or something.
Yeah.
Bless him.
I don't know.
Are you live, by the way?
Yeah, we're live.
A lot of things. It's a shame, really, isn't it? Like a lot of old humour has been thrown to the wayside for, I don't know, black people in suits saying that they're the Duke of whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like Only Fools and Horses could be considered problematic, couldn't it?
Yeah, well, you only ever really see like the occasional Grandad episode, and the rest are like Uncle Albert. Like the Grandad episodes are gone.
Yeah. Oh, was he like the most racist one then, was he?
Yeah,
it's
my
the one you
favourite
saw in
character.
Packing, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Grandad was the best character.
Nah, Albert was bad.
Oh, come on. Grandad did the best scene
I asked for an
ever.
Emperor burger, and he came back with a cheeseburger.
Grandad did the best scene ever, the fucking chandelier. The finest moment in comedy television.
That was Kino.
Yeah.
You know.
What are your favourite bits in Only Fools and Horses then?
It's got to be the fucking one of them.
The bar.
The Tony one.
I
Raquel,
like the broom. This old broom has had 14 new handles and 27 new heads. How can it be the bloody same broom then?
Where they go up to, where they get to Margate and the fucking killer's dressed up as the copper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you remember the one? Do you remember the original Raquel episode where that stripper turns up and he fucking the copper turns up and he starts pulling her clothes off because he thinks she's a stripper.
Yeah, that's the one before Margate, wasn't it? I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I also like the one the paragliding where the woman comes and Rodney and Del Boy both try and impress her.
Is that
Rodney
the phone
just
I can hear ringing, Rodney? What?
Yeah.
Our phone? No, we haven't got a car phone.
Del Boy comes back in the wheelchair, doesn't it?
And at the end, he's in the wheelchair and he gets stuff out of it. I may never walk again because of you.
It's a miracle. Or Miami. Miami's a good one.
Miami twice.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me.
Classic. This is. Who was it I was talking to the other day about sitcoms? So you didn't realise that the staple of the sitcom movie was when they go on holiday.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that it was just a write-off for a free holiday. You know what I mean? I've got an idea. We'll do a 2-part episode in Miami.
Yeah.
Why? I want to go to Miami.
Why? Because we can get the budget. That's why.
Because it's warm.
It's like all the sitcoms. I think they did what's it called? Are You Being Served? I think they went on holiday as well, didn't they?
Wasn't really a big fan of that. You're right.
The recipe is you have the Christmas episode and you have an holiday episode just about every season or every other season.
Yeah.
Just don't make telly shows that I used to. You know what? What's it? Don't have holiday episodes.
I'll tell you, you could remake Citizen Smith, but with fucking PA instead of Freedom for Tooting, couldn't you? And you guys ever watched? You ever watched Citizen Smith? Was it you? I got you to try an episode of Citizen Smith English.
I think I've seen little snippets.
Yeah.
I think you've gone about it to someone else and I caught the end of it, but I think they're more like Little Britain, mate. You've got the Arab Welshman living in Thailand telling you to do an MPA. You know what I mean? You got the heroin addict in Cambodia telling you the nationalist way and how you used to be a communist. You've got Mark, you've got Mark, Vinny, and all them lot who look like they're wearing the dad's hand-me-down.
No, I'll tell you what they would be. They'd be fucking. Was it the one we were just talking about? Come Fly With Me, wouldn't they? All the racial stereotypes.
There's fucking Jakes and Latte telling you how to be a good nationalist as he's putting his fucking bomb in his rucksack.
I mean, what even is that fucking phenotype? You can't even blame Welsh DNA on it.
Oh, Welsh phenotype, and he told me he's Welsh. It means he's got to be.
Live from the ethno state.
He'll sell you a Persian rug for half price.
I can't remember. There was a really interesting guy who was talking about the Bank of England, but like he started talking about economics too much, so nativists shut him down.
Well, it is the magic thing. See, being a white nationalist only works when you're white and not an Arab. You know,
yeah.
You'll find that a lot of people ain't interested in you afterwards.
Oh dear, fucking hell, Chris! How did you ever not realise you were in a clown show?
What, with PA?
Yeah.
Sometimes, because there's a lot of points, to be fair, I actually did, that you guys made, I actually brought up behind the scenes, whether you want to believe me, it's up to you guys, but I actually brought up a lot, especially the whole Ralph, the James Shand, I did actually, made a big noise about that, but obviously behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, because you said you were copping fucking knowing the flack from people about it, weren't you?
Yeah, and yeah, I did bring up a lot of stuff, and I think that's also a detriment to my downfall in VA in a way, because I was one that was vocal. I mean, you guys wouldn't have seen it because I didn't do it in public, and I'd probably look like I'm licking Colette's arse in public, to be fair. But behind the scenes, yeah, I did give them a few headaches because there's a few points that you guys made, and even things that I seen within the movement, I would pull them up on. I don't think I'm a yes. I'm not a yes.
Asking questions and asking a paedophile why he has paedophiles in his movement. He's a bit too close to the nose.
Yeah. Well, you know, anywhere on Earth is close to that nose, isn't it?
You got to talk, mate, as he turns.
He has to, apparently by law he has to shout "Boom's coming over," don't he?
Where's the blame as a claim, mate?
Jesus, can you imagine him boating?
Yeah, you can just put the sail against his nose and fod, mate.
Yeah.
Super speed.
You want to be sharing a line with him. Agree, Chris, you wouldn't want to be sharing a line with him, would you?
A line with who, sorry?
Mark Collett.
Hello, Mark Collett. Oh, God.
On the fucking table.
Yeah. Hey, where's the line? Where's my line gone? Never mind that. Where's my fucking table gone?
Well, them men that uses ducks in as his fucking straw.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's so what do we think is going to be the likely outcome of this? I personally think this wasn't an appeal to normies. I think this was an appeal to politicians.
Yeah, but let's look at the options here. Let's say Mark Collett gets done and gets put in prison. It's brilliant for the lefties because then we've got another lesbian in charge of a right-wing party with Barclay Walsh. You know what I mean? Like, dodge a bit of flack.
Well, I think he's the. Who was it? We could draw some America First parallels with this one, can't we? Because what were you saying? Who was it was promised America First leadership or something? Was it Jaden? Did you say?
No, he was promised. He was the treasurer, but he didn't end up looking at any of the documents. He just had to sign them. Like he didn't know how much money were going in and out. It was just a patsy.
If we were playing Jeopardy, it'd be what's a patsy for 500.
Yeah, no, the America First parallels with Mark Collett are kind of like a very, very strange man in a suit that needs a wash. Greedy, likes money, pretends to be Christian. You know what I mean? There's your bingo board set up.
To be fair, Mark doesn't pretend. I've never seen Mark pretend to be Christian.
Well, he does when the Muslims put him on the back.
Well, he converted to Christianity with the Muslim guy.
Yeah, but then he converted back to Islam by the end of it, hasn't he?
He was the Muslim guy. He converted to Christianity. Yeah, I want Christian values, and also on the same stream, which actually Charlie brought up last night. Like Charlie brought up last night as a top cat. Oh, thing is with Tommy Robinson, he wants the doors open to Saudi Arabian women, which I don't actually think he believes that, by the way. I think he's just saying that for the fucking cameras and to show that he's not racist. But Mark Collett was also on stream saying, yeah, I would have an Islamic Britain if it happened organically. He literally admitted that.
Well, it is happening organically. They're breeding more than we are.
Well, yeah, well, yeah, but it's also yeah, but there is also a lot of the immigration that's coming from these places.
Well, you know, define organically. I mean, there's nothing more organic than having kids, is there?
I'll have you know, Mark done the Shahada, mate, and he got some halal chicken. That was natural. There were no black women to take the chicken before him in the queue this time.
Just
that stream was desperate though, weren't it, with a Muslim? He was just like, I actually think Mark was like, right, okay, we got a Muslim on. I'm not going to research because all I'm going to go in there and be like, Jews. All I have to say is the word Jews. They hate them more than me. So all I have to say is Jews, and he's going to be like, oh my god, this guy's a legend. He knows about the Jews, and I don't think Mark understood how intelligent this guy is about fucking Islam.
What's happened to Mark's debating skills? Because Mark's more intelligent than this, isn't he? Or I don't know, maybe.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no, he done well against the 4 Jews, but I think that's because of who he was. I thought he rose his game, done his research because of, I just think he fucking just hates Jews that much that he would literally research for weeks, get it all prepared. But I think he went in with the 2 children, blindfolded. I think he just thought he'd have to turn up and he'd get the job done, and he got humiliated, in my opinion.
Well, the best bit was when they were dangling that fucking thing in front of him, and he just wouldn't touch it. You know, the article of his salvation, he just wouldn't touch it, would he?
This is the quality thing. We're going in there and saying the Jews to a Muslim. What he doesn't realise is the Muslims and Jews actually, apart from the Palestinian thing, get on far more than the Christians and Jews or Christians and Muslims. They both see us as idolaters because we praise Jesus Christ. Believe him to be our Lord and Savior.
Oh, hold on. BS in the chat said
Pakistanis and Indians, they get fucking Arabs. Like, the Arabs don't like the Jews, but the Indians and Pakistanis don't give a shit. They get us way more than the Jews. He's so Americanized, unbelievable.
Well, that's the thing. It's like Jews and blacks aren't really our problem, are they? It's like we keep saying. It's the working class. It's the working class Pakistanis and middle class Indians. They're our fucking demographic problem, aren't they?
Well, arguably, I'd say like it's a conglomeration of pretty much everyone, for the simple fact that everyone wants their own ethnic group to succeed at the cost of others. So, you know what I mean? It goes without saying that if a fucking Pakistani group are going to benefit from us being rubbished, they're going to go for it. It just seems like it's a controversial opinion to these people.
What's going on? BS says, what's happened? Mark Collick's been arrested. And then Chippy Clips Tits said, yeah, Collick got nicked at 7 p.m. just now. What the fuck? This is insane. Oh, right, he's joking. No, BS. I don't know if you're a Yank or whatever, BS, but Mark Collick was on Channel 4's Dispatches. PA were on there. Although it was really about Sam, wasn't it, really?
Come on, doing some justice, Emmy. He's been on Dispatches again.
It's the quadrilogy. You know what I mean? They're doing the quadrilogy. You know,
the first time.
Let's go. That's why this is why I think it. That's why I think it's a reboot, because they hark back to the original Dan Kid trilogy, didn't they?
Him kicking his little legs off the side of the bed in his shorts.
Yeah, his long short. Was it Howler Monkey laughing at him in his long shorts?
I think everyone made the simple point of, why would you have an interview and sort of like casually, like, you'd want to look good considering you know this person.
Well, it's when he stood there in his towel asking Uncle David what pants does he wear. Oh, David, what pants do you want me to wear?
Was it SpongeBob and something else as well?
It was Homer. Shall I put the Homer ones on or the silk ones, Uncle David?
Yes, Mark, that would go well with a bad doll.
The bad doll.
Just couldn't write it.
No, it's just like I just every time there's something about the far right, we get humiliated every time, don't we? Not joking. It's all over Telegram. Someone have a look at Telegram. Apparently, Mark Collick's been arrested.
He's on his stream right now, so I don't think. I don't know. I haven't looked at the stream, but I don't think he is.
Oh, he's streaming right now, is he? They're doing another grift stream, are they?
He'd be ratting out everyone, mate.
It's alright, he's ratted them all out.
I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I'll tell you anything, PC David.
But who's told you that? JMK? Come on.
It's in the chat, yeah, JMK. JMK, you're the Joker that cried wolf, mate. Anyway, get in Discord, you knobhead.
Person has the right to reply in a studio, and you can ask me follow-up questions so everything can be comprehensively thrashed out so there are no misunderstandings. Now, it took them nearly a day to get back to say, no, we don't want it. And that shocked me.
That shocked him.
Others around me. I said, no, I'll never do that because that would really go against them. So I spoke to a solicitor who helped me prepare a response. And the solicitor
him and his fucking solicitor's response.
How long we got? how long are you going to give me to respond? Because we wanted to give a response that would be read out in full on the
He's
show.
still doing the bit. This bit's being recorded.
They came back to us and said, you don't get a time limit. We choose what goes out. We will edit whatever you send us. So we get the final word on your rebuttals on the documentary. Well, that is completely insane. And again, this shows you this wasn't unbiased. This was a hatchet job from the very start.
What? The mainstream media did something that wasn't what?
An attack
I don't believe it.
Democracy.
Don't believe it.
No.
So we did submit a full response, and they did edit.
I wrote them a very strongly worded letter.
Producer David Henshaw.
I had a really nice Dr. Training.
Fucking hell. Oh, come on, Mark. We know you don't have a very good track record against David's.
Do you want to turn it off? Do you want to listen to it?
Does anyone want to listen to it?
No.
Not really, he's boring.
I am going to be writing something. I want your opinion. If I should send it, and if you think this is alright, so give me a minute.
You would have thought though this would be old news for him that these documentaries don't ever come and do it like in part.
Is it? Does he not realise he's in a reboot? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's his fourth go round, and it's almost like he's gobsmacked that they wouldn't I can't believe they wouldn't portray my words how I've said them.
This Jewish run media is lying. What?
Oh dear. Pity party for Mark. Someone send him a super chat. Oh dear. Oh dear me. These lying journalists. Journalists lie. What?
I can't believe they lied about me and portrayed me badly again.
It's also almost as if, Mark, that your actions can be portrayed badly quite easily.
It's almost as if everything we've ever said fucking since day one was probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
So why don't you drop that stuff? People like reading that stuff. Why don't you drop the JQ? Everybody needs to hear about the JQ.
It's the truth. That's the thing I hate. It's the truth.
This is all going to bite you on the arse. I don't think it is. Fucking lo and behold, lead balloon comes down.
Yeah. Well, then we get blamed.
Hey,
Look,
guys.
these lot who predicted everything was going to happen, they could only have predicted it by grassing us up.
It's one of them, innit? Have I got shit in my eyes? These people, future tellers, can see that what I'm doing now is a really shit idea, so they've got to be feds and informed people.
Yeah.
Because who'd have thought screaming about Jews isn't a good thing?
Isn't a good look.
Who'd have thought comparing blacks to pit bulls would bite me on the arse?
AIDS monkeys. That's the other one. They're the one they are like throwing at him.
And then he tries to play the whole some edgy jokes. Ooh. But like, let's be honest. Whenever like the fucking blacks and that make a joke about white people, not that it's good or anything. Like he's straight on the bandwagon. He's literally the black person screaming at the white people.
Yeah.
You can't get that from fucking head.
And also, like we've said before, it's not a good. Elliot printed them Labour smear leaflets allegedly.
You know what? Though?
Oh shit! He hasn't actually said that, has he? Elliot printed the Labour smear leaflets.
You know what though? That wouldn't surprise me because, like I was saying, I think they're more riddled with informants than they think, and all these shit ideas, I reckon, are coming from like the little informants who are saying, "Let's do this, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, let's call them all the N-word." That's
Yeah,
a good idea. Elliot.
Don't forget. So anybody that's listening, so like Alphabet Cat's saying about Russell Brand. So the Nan Kid quadrilogy. So it's now the Nan Kid quadrilogy. So you've got the Secret Agent, which he's like a bit part in, isn't he? You've got Young Nazi and Proud. Rebrand, is it? Nazi Boy.
Yeah.
and then finally you've got last night's one. What was it? What was the last one? The Enemy Within, was it called?
Dispatches, the enemy within, the far right.
I'll be back in a sec. Just going to go and grab a drink.
I'm a journalist. I'm an undercover journalist. Please don't hit me.
That was the gayest thing I've ever seen.
I like how the answer for geezer's like, yeah, right. Come on, clock too much straight up. Like, I haven't heard that one before.
I heard
You've got all these shit stirrers in PA turn out to be informants. The minute they get caught out, are all screaming, I'm an informant, don't get me.
I wouldn't be surprised if they heard it all the fucking time.
So I'm saying, these banner drops, you're probably getting 10 people show up and 4 of them are all working for different agencies.
These people.
These people need to save the white race from these shitballs.
Mario Kart on a Tuesday night, but dispatches had to do a hatchet job again.
I just wanted to play FIFA on my GameCube. Oh, there's a Jew in my house.
Can't get him out. I'm going to go upstairs for a bit and pretend like he's not down. I'm going to do what I do with spiders, and I'm going to go in the other room and pretend it's not there.
Can I read this out post and tell me what you think, guys? Yeah.
Go on then.
No.
Alright, so I said Mark Collette is currently complaining about being refused and no right to reply on a hit piece on the lies the mainstream mainstream media told about PA. Sorry about that. Kind of reminds me when he did a 30-minute hit piece on me on his channel without a reply, without a right to reply, and then spoke to a Times journalist about me and Thomas Sewell. I agree, Mark. You should have had a right to reply, but so did I. Practice what you preach, bitch.
Faggot nigger.
Literally everyone. Mark Collette will fucking block and smear everyone. Look at what he's been saying about us for the past fucking 3 years.
So I said that,
yeah, mate, but he's one of them. Mark Collette needs to practice what he preaches, like you say. He wants to fucking deny everyone a chance, wants to smear everyone, but then gets the ump when it happens to him. Fuck the stupid cunt. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
But he can't. The problem is like he's playing stupid games. But the thing is, everyone else is going to win the stupid prizes, aren't they? Not him.
Well, he's winning.
What are you on about? That lesbian Barclay's going to end up becoming leader one day. Not going to just get a career in anything else, but one day they can warp the mind of another child and pass on the legacy.
The truth.
Maybe he'll get a couple of Dispatches documentaries after this.
I hope so. I'm regretting myself on telly.
Yeah.
Man with scroll avatar keeps calling me a coon on Twitter.
Yeah, so what do you reckon, guys? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, Chris does know. Yeah, I think it's a fair point, isn't it? Like, you know,
I want to. I was just getting you guys' opinions, thinking should I change something? But I do want to. But do you think I worded that all right?
Yeah, I think it sounds all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs more N's in it.
Needs more N's and K's in it.
Yeah, we'll do a few N's and K's.
Win the culture war.
But like you were saying earlier, Chris, you were gauging a bit of normie opinion on this, and generally, like, it's weird because, like, I think it's. Do you think Sam? You said Sam comes off quite badly on that, didn't you?
I thought Sam's come across. I actually don't. I know some people probably like a lot of people are against Sam. Whatever. I actually got on with him really well, you know, and obviously he probably hates me now, but I don't actually mind that much. But I think he's a bit daft. But yeah, I thought he come across really bad. I mean, like I watched the pre-stream before the documentaries aired, and it's like, look, yeah, maybe some people use racial slurs, but there was no leaders around present to hear this. There's no leaders in PA. You know, we have our own code of conduct. Our leader, the leadership does not go against the code of conduct. And then within the first 10 minutes, Sam used like 5 racial slurs in that documentary, and obviously it's a 20-minute documentary, really. So imagine how many times he said, like, the N-word.
Yeah, but Schrodinger's he's only a PA member and leadership when it benefits them. The minute that he looks bad for them, he's not a member or a leader.
Yeah, they'll go back to there's only 2, weren't there? But still, there's got to be some sort of conversation between Laura and fucking Mark about this, hasn't there? Because
that's what I mean. But they've acted like the whole show has been absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong, I could see why they would think it's a win. 2 years with them, and that's all they've got is a few racial slurs. You know, the leaflet thing.
I'd be a bit more worried as to why they're going easy on them. That's the question I'd be asking.
Yeah, it is a bit of a concern there, but so I can see why they think it's a win, but there's still some bad things in it. I mean, I told you earlier, Hamid. I mean, I got and don't get me wrong, probably optically, and what I said was wrong. Hold my hands up, but I said on a show like towards the end of the show, right, I'm gonna go play Call of Duty and kill some Jews, and, you know, and yeah, obviously a stupid thing to say, but I specifically mentioned Call of Duty, which is a massive game. So obviously I'm talking about a game. Probably shouldn't have said the last. I got a bollocking. I was told that if I didn't take that stream down, I would have got PA prescribed. Now in that documentary, there's people sitting around the fire camp talking literally about guns and shooting black footballers like Raheem Sterling.
What are they literally talking about? What types of guns they were going to use to shoot the black footballer?
It's not even like a little joke where people, oh, that's funny, John. Well done, John. That's a funny joke. They're literally going into depth on the kind of guns they were using, and yeah, I'm the one that was going to get them prescribed through like a literal. Yeah, it was a very, very edgy, stupid joke by saying the Jews at the end of it. To be fair, and I hold my hands up. I mean, if I was going to get him prescribed for that, what would happen to him with that over those kind of comments yesterday?
It's pointing the finger that it's okay because they're now doing damage control. Before that, they'd like to blame you for something. Same old. It's never them until it's them, and then it's someone else anyway.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
Always move the goalpost. Oh, we never do that. Gets caught doing it. Oh, but everyone does it. It's
Yeah. It's just hypocritical.
So, is the Nan Kid? Are we moving into a new Nan Kid trilogy then? Are we with Barkley?
Yeah, probably most likely.
Do you think someone else is gonna? Do you think there's gonna be the Russell Brand type? I don't know who does the Russell Brand thing. Do you think he'll get invited to like a Russell Brand type thing?
What are you saying? Louis Theroux's gonna show up on the skateboard?
Oh fucking hell! Yeah.
You speak really closely into my T-shirt. What do you think of Jews?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to shoot them with my AK-47.
My AR-47.
I'm going to no-scope the Jews off of the ladder.
I like the Wonder Waffle because it's electric.
I like my dildo.
Just like my chop.
So there really wasn't a lot of content though, was there? And because like we said, there was only 20 minutes of actual program, weren't there?
And of that, you had kind of like the shitty little montage bits and stuff that was really like bland. You had that woman who kept going, people need to do something about this, wink wink MPs. People do something. It's getting out of hand. What they're doing isn't illegal, but we want it to be.
Oh, didn't they have a quote-unquote expert on, didn't they, I think, as well, didn't they?
Well, they had all sorts on there. They had about 3 people commenting, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought it was a slick move getting Mira Sayal to present it.
Who's that?
She was in Goodness Gracious Me. You recognise her if you saw her.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? What's next for PA in their blazing trail of glory.
So what do you think to Prescription? Do you think they're going to hold off for a while, let them try and grab a few more members, or?
I think they're losing members. I think that the bear trap's closing now. I think like the ship's sinking. You've got diehard fans like Silvio jumping shit. You know what I mean? that he's rode water for fucking so long, it's gone stagnant. You know what I mean? I think they're losing members. That's why things are happening now.
Oh, what you think? You think the state's gonna slam the door shut pretty quick then?
I think Barkley wants to start transitioning now because he ain't gonna cope in a male prison. Fucking teabag walks by and he's fucking inside out.
That's it. That's our first proper like documentary in it on mainstream TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you know, I don't know. Are they going to do a panorama one? You know, that would be the big one, wouldn't it? Like a proper investigation into them.
Depends, mate. This is what I'm saying. How many assets are there recording information for different media sources?
But you know, it's also baffling. But there's been loads like voice notes from Kenny Smith, some dodgy voice notes being put out on Telegram. You know, there's been a lot of fucking evidence against PA and their leaders, Mark. Mainly Mark. Laura's probably the best optics out of them all, to be fair. But you know, they don't fucking seem to use anything that's been already shared around like hundreds and thousands of times across Telegram.
Yeah.
You know, I find it also strange that like why didn't Kenny Smith is like, I don't know what his lead is now, but when I was part of it, he took over Mark. He was the man conducting every single monthly meeting between the regional organisers. Mark barely said a word in his own fucking meeting. Do you know? Like Kenny Smith was not mentioned at all yesterday. So very suspicious with that as well.
Yeah. Also, it's quite the Kenny Smith stuff's quite juicy, isn't it? Because Kenny Smith ran the failed coup against Mark Collett, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's all exactly. You know, there's loads of evidence against that. Like, you know, they could have shit stirred between them as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, well, hang on a minute. You guys were fucking detrimental to ruining the BNP, and now you're all fucking partners in all this. Like,
yeah.
Can we just take a minute to remember the world's best coup where Blue Monday tried to take over PA and it lasted all of about 4 minutes?
Rip Blue Monday.
He was a special lad.
Oh, he was a clever lad.
Some might even say a scientist.
He was handy with a thesaurus, weren't he? Well, that lad couldn't do with a thesaurus. No one else could.
So it's easy to throw out big words when you're swallowing thesauruses.
Yeah. He's a thesaurus, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a thesaurus, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh dear me. So
there's some like proper normie. Like I don't know how normie he is, but he's on Telegram. He's like, how do I add people on it? And he added me. I was like, bro, don't add me. I've just got your number now. Oh shit. It's like, bro, I ain't gonna fucking put your number anywhere. Just don't fucking add anyone else. And then it's like he's confusing his shit with Facebook and fucking things like that.
Fucking hell. What, do you know him out of this thing then, or?
No, he was in another group that's been dead for ages. He must have like Oswald Mosley group. He might have searched him for whatever, and he's in there. He's like, how the fuck do we use this thing? So I helped him a little, but yeah, he's a proper fucking Telegram normie at the moment.
Oh, true story. I actually discovered Adam. I discovered Adam in a BitChute group.
What, the train guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You spoke to Adam lately, Scug?
No, I think he's gone off the internet.
Yeah. One prevent visit too many, was it?
Probably.
Well, has he disappeared now? Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think he has. Because you two started talking again, didn't you? Because didn't you fall out about whether you should join PA or not?
is him and Spurg, one were propagating and me and Autismo weren't.
Yeah.
So then over train Adam just kind of like fell off the bandwagon, went back to being normal.
Yeah, it was alright. Adam was. He was just a bit like a bit too autistic, weren't he?
Big awesome.
I love mutism.
Yeah.
For him, though, can get train spots in all he likes.
Yeah, go back to his trains.
He's a nice fucking lad, to be fair. Nice lad.
He was alright, but he started annoying us because he was like, "Oh, I'm just saying facts." Do you remember that? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying facts. I'm just saying facts, but you lot are always wrong.
BCF food on Heights of Iron Sun. I'm complete. Remember he
Cheated.
Minecraft server, Scuggy. And they kept throwing eggs to themselves to get going raid.
You bully. Fancy bullying poor old
I kept
Adam.
seeing that fucking idiot Spurg, what's his name? That's friendly Spurg twat. Seeing the shit and burying it as he kept going.
Jen, when Spurg just kept putting his fucking full name out there all the time when he used to do Rain Man with Scuggy and he used to put a page up.
What a fool.
Remember, these are the people who are going to save the white race.
Saved. White race saved.
It does make you think we're absolutely fucked, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's you know. Well, look at. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to rewind a bit to the referendum, because that's kind of that was where the shafting in began, weren't it?
Yeah. It's a shame. But I'd probably say from even before then, like when it was on the cards, like with the building tensions, because you kind of had UKIP, that was their platform for a long time. We'll give you a referendum. You kind of seen it build up between different groups, and then the Tories come at their pack up, and then didn't fucking proceed to give you anything.
Yeah, the Tories. Well, there was like that weird fucking. That do you remember the woman who was UKIP leader for 24 hours? Do you remember all that stuff?
Yeah.
She was former Tory. Suzanne, what was her name? Suzanne, what's her face?
Reed?
Oh God, it's is it? But you know the one I mean. It's like all of that. It was just. It was just like it was the Tories hollowing out UKIP from the inside, weren't it? Yeah. Wonky face as well, weren't it?
Just the whole thing was being fucking dissolved, like you say, from the inside. Anyone with any sort of like, as much as I don't like him, I think like Sargon was the last person who was kind of like probably anti-Tory that was kind of in with UKIP.
Is he anti-Tory? I don't know. I don't really. I can honestly say I really don't know much about Sargon.
I think he was more right wing than the Tories, but he had to play the fence because obviously that was what he'd been doing for a long time to keep his money coming in.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with people like Sargon, because you know someone's got to get people's mind open that little bit to be receiving more info, haven't they?
Well, yeah. Well, this has always been the argument that it's not.
Evans, he's got it. Alphabet Cat's got it. Suzanne Evans.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. That was. Do you think that was literally a Tory gay up, Suzanne Evans and Wonky Mouth and all that stuff?
I think that they had to do anything and everything to stop UKIP kind of being able to run itself. Like they were coming up with things that the Tories really didn't want, like the referendum. If the UKIP were the only ones pushing that, we'd have probably seen them win.
But what a fucking stupid thing from Corbyn following that result. Like, if Corbyn had just like stuck by his principles, because apparently he's this massively principled man. If he'd stuck by his principles and gone with like his supposed regular politics, you know, they could have taken that election. Right, people have said they want to get out of Europe. We're getting out of Europe.
To do to appease like backers and things, though, because what you want to think is pretty much every high up person in Labour was anti the Brexit vote. Like you had Adonis, fucking what's his face, all sorts of people were just kicking off.
Do you think that these people literally don't know what's going on outside London? Do you think that's why they're like this?
Yeah, no, I think they know what's going on, but I think they understand that it benefits them.
Well, I don't know, because Gaunty, John Gaunt, I used to listen to a fair bit of John Gaunt, and John Gaunt used to talk about when he used to go on Question Time, and he used to go on there, and he'd go, am I the one that's thinking wrong? Like, because it's that fucking lefty.
Yeah, but this is the thing, like, even with that, you look at Question Time and they're cognitive enough to know that they still need some sort of like right-wing-ish, or can be called right-wing by other left-wing people, to kind of legitimise themselves. And if you've noticed, they kind of pick the fucking dribbler from the back of the class and always bring them in and put them down on the side to say, oh look, we're not biased or anything.
Yeah, it's always like the most fucking shit lib Tory they can find, isn't it?
Yeah, so they kind of know that it. Like, I think if they didn't realise what, they wouldn't be bothered by that. You know what I mean? They'd just carry on as if like nothing's different. That's protocol.
Well, I'm talking about even like the right. I mean, are they that influenced by what's going on in London that they don't see? The first thing I'd do if I had any sort of power, I'd make sure that MPs were allowed nowhere near London. They would not. They literally would be banned from London.
I'd make York the new capital instantly. Day one decision.
Yeah.
I'd also take away the City of London exemption status. But I've always said, like, this is something where being a politician stopped being like the end progression for your job. It's kind of become now the stepping stone to getting in with a big corporation or something like that.
Yeah, if you want to look it up, there's a private eye article. It's called The Revolving Door.
Yeah.
That's pretty explicit about it.
Yeah, we've all talked about it a few times. You can just look at examples like David Cameron, who was earning more selling milk in China than he was at number 10.
Is this why we're not allowed milk? Because it's going to China?
I don't know. This was before all the hard times.
Yeah. Well, again, like you were saying earlier about what's his face, Tony Blair and his influence on politics. Like Cameron was like the first Tony Blairite, wasn't he? To become PM.
The first Tory Blairite.
Yeah.
I had my.
Sorry. Go on, Wolf.
I was just saying, I had my first fanboy comment on what I said. He said he's not complaining. You guys heard what he said. He was complaining. Do you agree?
Of course he's complaining. All Colette knows how to do is bitch and fucking moan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's not complaining, just pointing out the media lies. That's what PA fanboy said to my comment.
Is that really Lacey Marie, or is that someone pretending to be Lacey Marie?
Got to be someone pretending.
Yeah.
She's fucking dead, isn't she, mate?
She's fucking dead, you cunt.
Yeah, no, with the Mark Collette thing, though, just as an aside point, he wants to hold himself to different standards than other people. Like, he can smear us without us having no form of recourse, and we get blocked and told, shut the fuck up. But the media do it to him, and he cries and complains.
It's the way he rolls, though, isn't it? He rolls with a bit of cognitive dissonance, doesn't he?
Top Cat has got a StreamYard link in the chat, by the way. Good old Top Cat must be live.
Oh God, with his two watchers.
He's not Top Cat. I'm Top Cat.
There's only one Top Cat.
Top Cat's impersonator. He's live right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the real Tom. He's Tim. Tim Cat.
Tim Cat.
He's Som Timpson.
Some Timpson.
He's
Timpson.
the impersonator.
Yeah. The two Spider-Men.
No, you.
No, you.
Well, when you become a Tom, you have to solemnly swear to put people first.
Do you have to uphold the values of Tom, do you?
Yeah, it's like Green Lantern. You get a little ring with a T on it. You have to
in brightest day, and blackest night. I swear no evil shall escape the bottom of my desk as I'm looking up.
Yeah, and no pinching. See, he's part of the dark section.
No evil shall escape my pinch. Is that the
Yeah, with vice like grip strength with the clamps. With pinch evil.
Get the clamps, see? Get the clamps, see? Give him the clamps.
Don't give me no clamps, Fat Tony. I have the clamps. I have the clamps.
Give him the clamps, see? Did he get his sex advice? Did he get his sex advice from Futurama then?
That was it, weren't it? From
give DOA the clamps, see?
Look, DOA, I can make your nipples fall off. Look, it's like you've got polka dots. You're like a Dalmatian, see? Bless him, I'm starting to think he's just going smashed, and he were pinching her in a way, trying to grip and pull himself up.
Oh dear. Bless him. I really don't think it's right attacking Top Cat. I mean, he is fucking mentally ill.
Tim Cat. I'm Top Cat.
He just said he'll give the stream a miss now. Maybe he's listening and thinking, oh, yeah, I'll give it a miss now. Now the lads have like ripped into me, I'll give it a miss.
That fucking Tom keeps pushing me out, not allowing me to be Tom.
He's not going to do just a couple of bros with their tops off stream.
They would have had their tops. I think they would have been fully fucking in the nude last night with the amount of fucking heart sticking they were doing to each other.
Mate.
Fucking Colette and even Ashley. Like Charlie done a hit piece on Ashley and Britain First, didn't he? Remember? If you guys remember.
Dear.
Yeah, he sucked up a bit to Ashley last night. And even Charlie last night, he said, "There's no one more experienced and knowledgeable than Mark Colette in saving our." Or blah blah blah. Whatever.
Actually, gave a good quote. Actually, they were. She was giving a speech. Wow.
Did he say that?
I've got the flying pickets on in my head.
Yeah, the Spotify on last night.
Speaking to you, I'm listening to Everlasting Love. Do 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 do.
Open up your eyes.
Top Cat's best.
That was the apex of British nationalism.
Top Cat is 100% correct with that.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, did he sound really out of breath as he was saying? Was he walking upstairs and something?
He's just climbing out from under his desk after one can of Tisky.
He's just been finished showing Charlie how much of a faggot he really is.
Yeah. Cool, I bet they'd love to teach each other how much of a faggot they really are, wouldn't they?
It's just a shame, isn't it? Hopefully fucking when Charlie comes home.
Hopefully they'll serve in the same HMP, they might be right. You never know, do you?
No, you never know. You know what I mean? If Toppy goes all Portsmouth shooter.
Yeah.
Could be pooed up with our mate Charlie.
Has Toppy's dad ever been down Portsmouth?
No, they did look alike though, didn't they?
There's something a bit weird going on there.
Yeah, that geezer can grow facial hair unlike top hair.
Oh, that fucking Tash is mint, isn't it? I don't know. I don't want to know. What is that about? Does anyone know the context of I don't know? I don't want to know.
No, got no clue.
Good old Phil. He loves Phil. Phil's his internet mum and I'm his internet dad, aren't I?
Well, then, it's a bit weird. Like, I find the whole interaction with some of you is a bit weird. I don't know if he feels like pushed out, like I've been adopted or something, because he wants fucking E&A to come and have a topless sleepover as rad as
You're not going for the sleepover at Toppy's, E&A. Why not?
Maybe Bart can join us, mate. I'm a free summer Bart.
Can I call you Bart? That's what it is. Can I call you Bart, mate?
I'll call you Bart, mate. Bart don't sleep on the bed, though. E&A might be allowed to.
That's the bed. Seeing as you're being Bart today, can you help me with my groin problem?
Yeah, that's what Bart's for, but Bart doesn't sleep on the bed.
No, as it's propped up on the fucking bed.
Do 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 everlasting love. Cheesy cunt. I'm talking about cheesy cunt.
What's going on then in the world of Telegram? Mark Collette's not been arrested. Top Cat's back again for the time being.
Oh, it's just what we need. Top Cat back again, isn't it?
Telegram is actually fucking. He's a Hitler supporter. He's in there. Baz is giving him some shit.
Who's a Hitler supporter?
That new guy I was telling you about. Remember that normie Telegram new user I just told you about?
Yeah.
You know what he's fucking doing? Yeah, he's a Hitler. Baz is giving him some shit. And I just said, mate, yeah, you won't. Oh, I knew I was possibly in the wrong group, but Mitchell invited me from an Oswald Mosley group, who was Hitler's ally.
Oh god, Mosley's a fucking what a loser. Fucking Mosley is.
Mosley did nothing.
Did nothing right neither, did he? I mean, imagine failing at nationalism right after World War II. I mean, that's some fucking feat, isn't it?
Oof. Jeez, you can't.
Cheese you cunt. I'm talking about cheese you cunt. If you don't put those cheese toppings on there, I'm gonna fucking open you up, you cunt. You can't beat the old Essex boys talking about Brexit though, can you? Hey Junker, give us that fucking deal or I'll open you up, you cunt. You seen that one, Scuggy?
No.
I'll dig it out for you.
Evening.
Orbit, are we doing Orbit?
I'm good. I've just uploaded a video onto Odyssey, the new censorship-free platform where you
the new digital ghetto, you mean?
The new
Odyssey.
Is that BBC Odyssey?
Full circle. Have you noticed how they fucking bent over backwards not to mention Odyssey on that dispatches last night?
Yeah, I'm bit shoot. One of them was, yeah. Bit shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, as if it was like some kind of racial slur. that was quite funny. Can't mention the O word.
Am I right in saying this, or maybe I was told a porky, but apparently BitShoot's offices is right next to Brigade 77's barracks.
No, it's in Berkshire, isn't it? It's
Oh, well, same county as Brigade 77 then.
Oh, it might be then. Cheese you cunt. I'm talking about cheese you cunt.
Yeah, this is a character in fucking Brits or fucking idiot, mate.
Oh
Can we
god,
have like a big fucking flashing Wignat logo? Hitler didn't want to start wars. He wanted to stop brother war.
it's just like fucking Goebbels was right. You bump into a fucking Wignat, you explain to him why being a Wignat's fucking retarded, and it's like every day you have to start all over again.
100%. 100 fucking percent.
Yeah.
You know, when
They
you
even
have
go,
choice-
"Oh yeah, I get what you mean now. This, oh no, you're communist. Okay, then yeah, I get that."
That's what I'm about to say. Choice quotes like liberating places from Jewish communism.
Yeah,
Thought we were Antifa.
we are Antifa.
I mean, something about panty raiding, right?
Yeah, jelly tit charge.
We were the real Antifa.
Why did PA go dressed as Antifa to the Tommy demo?
Did you see? Did you see the video, by the way? Oh, so basically, what happened? Obviously, they got kicked out, and the police tried to guide them. Like, yeah, the counter demo's over there, mate. And they're like, well, yeah, we're PAs, so like, yeah, well, you're gonna have to go over there. They don't want you here. You're gonna have to go and join the counter demo. So the police are trying to make them go with the Antifa lot.
Didn't the police say they'd arrest them if they didn't go to the counter
Yeah,
demo?
they were going to arrest them. Literally, like, so they were saying, like, well, if you don't join the counter demo or do your own counter demo, then we're going to have to arrest you for breach of peace. so
Whoops.
they had to stand by like some kind of like motorway carriageway or whatever, and had to do their own fucking little demonstration, like a little speech where no one was listening.
Jesus Christ.
I think it was
Dom raised a good point. Apparently Richard Gere used to shove Goebbels up his ass. I think they were gerbils. Dom.
No, carry on, mate.
Well, that was it.
Oh.
But yeah, not the best of weeks for. I don't know. Well, they'll claim it as a fucking win. They're claiming it as a win yesterday, aren't they? Did you watch Dispatches, Hobbit?
Well, we did last week, didn't they? Like, I mean, I could probably get why they would think it anyway, but I think they're going a bit OTT. Oh, it's so amazing, it was so brilliant. What happened? Like, yeah. Just an hour before you were saying, like, fucking no leaders break the code of conduct, and the reason why others broke the code of conduct because no leaders was around. Yet the one that was breaking the code of conduct was your fucking husband. You know, like, who's one of the who's still, to be fair to him, probably the best activist they have. He's the one that's brave enough, to his credit, to get on the mic and do stuff.
That'd be like Bill Clinton's missus calling blacks super predators, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it is. And then obviously you got a fucking, you know, they always hate, oh, Nazi's just a slur word, we're not Nazis. And then you've obviously got a fucking, pretty much a child saying, yes, I came into this movement following memes, and now I am joined by the most notorious neo-Nazis in the country. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah. Nazi's our word. You can't say Nazi.
Could have been a lot worse for them, but the way they're reacting, you know, it was literally, yeah, it's not as big as a win.
You can't say that word.
So long. Yeah, I was going to say, how long before PA start going, you can't use the word Nazi, that's our word.
I've had a productive day today. I've reupholstered my chair.
Oh, you finished, have you, Hobbit?
It took me 3 hours to do, and I'm sat on it now, and I'm enjoying the fruits of my labour.
Is it comfort? Oh, you re-foamed it as well, didn't you?
New foam, new old base, and yep, it's all good. So I'm very pleased I did that.
Oh, I refurbished a 12-volt cigarette lighter extension for my dad this weekend. I had to resolder a bit and then buy a new fuse because what they've done is what's a really good idea, Hobbit, when you're making extension leads, is that when the leads fray, that all the bits touch each other.
Oh! Sorry, an extension lead. For some reason, I thought a ciggy lighter, and I thought, I hope you're
Yeah, it's an extension lead for a ciggy lighter.
An electronic ciggy lighter.
Yeah. Did you not know you could get extension leads for them?
I'd like to see what it is. Is it mains powered or is it USB?
No. It's just a ciggy lighter. A ciggy lighter female one end and a ciggy lighter male the other end with a wire in between.
Oh, right. A 12 volt. Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So I refurbed that for Dad because he's kept because they'd done a really shit soldering job on it. So basically they'd soldered it so the two ends were like close together. But what had happened is they'd frayed, and like where the bits were fraying, they were touching, and that's what blew the fuse on it.
I think because it's 12 volts, they can get away with it. But it really is shocking the state of electronics in cars.
Yeah. I mean, I've resoldered them, but I've just kind of pointed them the other way, so they won't ever. So when it starts, if and when it starts fraying again, they won't touch. But it's just like pure laziness.
For my cars.
Yeah.
I was trying to find them online and it's rubbish, so I'll probably have to go to a broker's yard to get one.
Yeah, you can't even get them anymore, can you? The old cigarette lighters.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to have, and
they're always handy if you got a killer in the back of your car.
Well.
It's one of the Child's Play. Do you not remember? It's one of the Child's Plays where Chucky's trying to kill someone in the back of the car, and they pop the cigarette lighter out and burn his face.
Well, guys, I'm going to shoot off. I've got a few things to do. I'll
see you later, mate.
That's also a feature in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, where he's in a monster truck and it has a cigarette lighter in it, and there's someone in the convertible just next to him at a traffic lights. So he turns the ciggy lighter on, and then he throws the lit one onto the guy's lap, which I thought was a bit mean. But Jim Carrey is like that. He's a mean guy.
Yeah, he's not a very nice man.
He's like a more charismatic version of Kiefer Sutherland.
You don't like Kiefer Sutherland, do you, Hobbit?
No, I don't. But I don't think Kiefer Sutherland has caused his girlfriends to commit suicide.
Oh, has Jim Carrey caused his girlfriend to commit suicide then?
Not just one, but more than one.
Did anyone see Amber Heard having a little snifter in the court this week?
It doesn't surprise me, but also I'm hoping I can hook up Jim Carrey with
the missus. The missus showed me a video on TikTok. She goes, "Here, look at this," and someone's gone through all the court footage. You see, Amber Heard. She has her quote unquote hanky. She quote unquote blows her nose, and then for some reason after she starts blowing her nose is when she starts sniffing.
You know what? Like, courts are there to uphold the law, right?
Yeah.
If someone's doing drugs at a trial, surely that's a cause.
She did it more than once. Because I saw there were two separate occasions I saw where she had a little snifter.
I mean, this is why I have sympathy for Johnny Depp, not because I particularly like him or anything, just because this is an absolute monster and she's got no respect for the law.
Yeah.
I mean, she's there doing sniff in court.
Based.
I've made an excellent story.
Wasn't she moaning it? Wasn't there like a big part of the trial was her moaning about him doing drugs?
I haven't watched any of it. I mean, excuse me. The bit which I thought was fascinating with that is what happened to the Ghislaine Maxwell trial? Is that done? Is it going on?
I don't know. I was actually, you know, I don't like to overdo the. What?
Think about that, Goyim. You're not allowed to think about that, Goyim.
Yeah, stop thinking about that. I'll tell you what was quite funny. I was watching that Finding Ghislaine on the Discovery Channel. And they were talking about Jeffrey Epstein and all of the people that had backed him and helped him out and stuff, and it was literally like a fucking bar mitzvah.
That's nice. I made a plov, which means, of course, that I am part of the enemy and collaborating with them.
You made a what?
A plov, which, you know, it just means I'm part of the enemy. I'm making Russian food, so of course some.
I thought you meant you'd made a plop.
Yeah.
Scuggy makes a plop. Thank you, Scuggy.
That comes later.
Yeah.
So,
There's actually Dutch biscuits called plop.
yes. Yes. The Dutch are scum, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
So, some people. I mean, this could be someone's first show, so it's just if it is your first show and you didn't know, the Dutch are scum. Now you know. So I always feel like it's an educational experience, and people need to know because you might not know, and now you do know. It's like, for example, not many people would think this, but it's true. The band Anal Cunt is actually an educational institution because Seth Putnam, the lead singer of Anal Cunt, says there's a lot of people and bands and things which are gay, and people might not know that they're gay, and we want them to know they're gay, and that's why we make songs about how gay they are.
So which ones are they talking about?
Quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
Women aren't gay, but
although they can be.
Pay attention to.
To be fair, I'm an Amber Heard respecter.
Because
anybody that shits in Johnny Depp's bed is okay by me.
Yeah, well, if you love her so much, why don't you marry her?
I will.
If Amber Heard, you're
I bet
listening
she wouldn't
to
shit
this,
in my bed.
Seth Putnam wrote a song about you, and it's called "Women, Nature's Punching Bag."
Amber Turd. There's been some decent Amber Heard memes, aren't there? The one where she says to Johnny, she says, "I'm going for a shit," and he says, "In the toilet, right? You mean in the toilet, don't you?"
Did you know that in the divorce, she somehow got custody of Johnny Depp's dog, and then she gave the dog up to her father, who has been jailed not once but twice for animal abuse. She's
vindictive. Would that be the word?
Evil is another word. I just keep thinking to myself, like, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, we."
Yeah, but he did. Yeah, but he did play a paedophile in Charlie and the fucking Nonce Factory.
Right. So he's an actor that plays some questionable roles, like Edward Scissorhands. Meanwhile, Amber Heard has given up his dog for like abuse.
Yeah, but she did poo in his bed, and that was funny.
But again, she's.
Are you saying it's not funny that she pooed in his bed?
It would be if he had it coming, but frankly,
he did have it coming. He did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and he desecrated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then he literally shit all over at Alice in Wonderland.
I've not seen that one. Is it any? I mean, surely it can't be worse than Gene Wilder's one. I mean, that was pretty bad.
No, that's a good film.
Really?
Yeah.
You're telling me with all the stupid gay little orange men in it?
Yeah.
Nah.
But it's better than the little packy men in it, isn't it?
No, I you know, just for the fact that she gave his dog to a man which would abuse it, and Johnny knowing about that's like...
Yeah, that is out of order, I'll give you that. That's fucking bang out of order.
Yeah, out of order is understating it slightly, but I don't have better words for it, so...
Well, has the judge ordered that he gets the dog back?
I don't know what's happening, really, because people are pointing out, quite rightly so, that whilst all of this is going on, no one's pointing out that the Pfizer documents have been released, and they're saying, as a distraction, they're doing both Amber Heard and Roe v. Wade. So they hope that if they... Oh, and I suppose in this country, dispatches with, hey, look, it's Barclay Walsh. And if they do...
Oh, did you know Barclay Walsh is an idiot? Yeah, we already knew, thanks. We didn't need a documentary telling us.
Nationwide expose. Barclay Walsh is an idiot.
And he's a wannabe e-celeb.
But moving on to more pleasant things, plov. It's a very simple meal. What you do is you get a bunch of meat and vegetables, and ideally you just cube your meat, but I had minced beef, so I used that. And then you get an onion, get some celery, get carrots, you know, your usual sort of fare.
Usual suspects.
Yeah, exactly. And once you do all that, you put it in the pan and cook
Is it spelt PLOV? Plov.
Yeah. And so it's Russian for pilaf, actually. And once it's all
what? It's rice
away,
then.
Once it's all cooking away.
No, is it rice, Hobbit?
You put
rice.
Pilaf is rice.
You put a bulb of garlic.
Why are you not answer? Why are you not answering whether it's rice or not?
And
What?
once that's cooking away, you reduce it to a simmer. You put rice on it, and then once the rice is cooked, you take the garlic out, and now you've got your plov dish. I am answering you, but I wanted to tell the story
In your own
because
sweet
the story
time.
is important.
See, alphabet. Hobbit, answer. You can't handle the truth. That plov is rice.
Well, I'll tell you what. In my new upholstered chair with this lovely soft foam.
So is it not
there's
like is it not like a risotto then, or not? Or is the risotto different?
No, because with the risotto, you got your arborio rice and you're just cooking the rice. But this
would you ever make one of those black risottos, Hobbit? Did you ever see that one?
Oh, what, you put squid ink in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but squid ink doesn't taste of anything.
Yeah, and it looks like I don't think I could eat black food.
Well, I like black pudding.
Well, that's different, isn't it? Because that's I actually dyed black food. I don't think I could eat it.
When I put black pudding into a hot pot, it turns it black.
Yeah, but black pudding isn't really black. It's like brown, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, but it will blacken a sauce if you put black pudding into it.
Yeah.
It's very good for thickening sauces, by the way. Not many people consider it for that.
Well, it's got powdered blood in, hasn't it? So I assume the powdered blood.
This is the thing, right? I mean, a lot of people are disgusted, like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat blood." And it's like, "Well, do you like bisto?" Ah, that's different. I'll happily eat an oxo cube, like.
You'll just eat an oxo cube.
When I'm chopping up an oxo cube and putting it into a stock, I will just like
spread it on your toast.
Yeah, you can do that.
Do you like bovril, Hobbit?
I don't really like bovril. I mean, it's all right, and you can use it like it is beef stock, really, but alternatives are available, and dare I say it, some of those alternatives might be better. I know this could be considered a controversial opinion, but
what?
But better alternatives to bovril exist.
Like what?
Marmite and oxo.
Yeah, but they're different things, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, Marmite's yeast extract. Bovril is beef extract.
Ah, well, that's the thing. Bovril, if you look at it now, it's yeast extract and beef extract, so it's a bit of both. Oh, yeah.
Can't beat a bit of both, can you? A bit.
Wow. So that's also allegory for bisexualism.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
It is if you want it to be, a bit.
Yeah. If the Dispatch's researchers are in it, we're advocating for bisexualism.
Hobbit, if you're in the movement, would you be suspicious of a man called Elliot?
Oh, what?
He's a tranny name, isn't it?
The tranny man.
No, Elliot was the undercover reporter. Like Phil said he'd be suspicious of somebody called Elliot.
Well, I was just thinking of Elliot Rogers. You know, she was an actress, but now is a very small man.
It's not Elliot Rogers, Hobbit. It's Elliot Page.
Yeah. Elliot Rogers, Elliot Page, same difference.
What wasn't like? Would you watch anything because Ellen Page was in it? Like, I wouldn't watch anything.
Both look like incels.
She's fucking miserable. She's like, oh, I'm Elliot Page.
Yeah, because Elliot Rogers, also known as Elliot Page, is an incel.
Oh, is she?
Who wants to have sex with that very small man? Of course she's an incel. Or he's an incel. I don't know.
I thought he, she, it had a girlfriend.
Yeah, right. You know, there's someone who stands with them. It's like, yes, we are romantically involved. It's an act. It's just pretend. It's doing it for clout.
Oh, actually, Hobbit, do you want to find out what Harvey's been doing? Because I haven't read any Harvey news in ages.
Well, actually, I've been telling Americans about Harvey Price because not many know about them. So, like, I've been talking with
Clint.
He's not the world's foremost King Cobra JFS expert, but he does know a lot about him. And
Who's
I
that?
said,
Clint? Is it?
King Cobra JFS.
No, Clint. No. Which Yank have you been talking to about?
Oh, Tommy from the Hate Bus.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, and he didn't know about Harvey Price, and so I brought him up to speed with it and said, "Here's some Harvey Price facts." And
did you show him there's a YouTube video of what happened to his house?
Yeah, I haven't shown him that yet. So, yeah, what's it called? The thing in the house. The thing in the house. Harvey Price house. Let's try that in YouTube.
Yeah, just do that in YouTube. It should come up.
Price house. Hello, this is my house. 10 months
Hello,
ago.
you cunts. Here's my
Hello,
house.
you cunt.
Does anyone else think it's cruel what Jordan is doing to Harvey Price? She's just like parading him round like a modern freak show.
She basically realized like this. She is that she's taken when life gives you lemons, make lemonade to heart. And in her case, her lemonade is Harvey Price can give me sympathy bucks. I can go on all these talk shows and say, like, you know. So yeah.
And he can say, "Hello, you can't he?"
It's amazing the amount of holes he's put into that.
What, the fridge?
No, have you not seen his house? He was rugby tackling the walls and just ripping doors off and shit.
Oh, when he was hulking up because she stopped feeding him or whatever.
He wanted the candy floss from the walls.
Yeah, I mean,
Mum, these walls have got candy floss in them.
But yeah, hiding the free candy floss hidden in the walls.
Yeah, he's a clever boy, our Harvey. He knows what's what.
You know, the thing is, we might, as much as people like say Harvey's not very bright, is he? He's still brighter than the brightest Abbo. Like, I mean, I've heard stories and I've since verified them.
Do you remember Catboy Cammy told us about that story? Were they fighting over a Coca-Cola or something?
Yes, yeah, there's stuff like that. But I've heard more stories, which I've since verified as true, about like the average life expectancy of a Hauso, Abo Hauso. They got these governments.
Is that an Abo that lives in a house?
The governments give them houses, and it lasts about 6 months. So on the first day, they knock out all the windows and rip the door off its hinges. Reason being is, we like a draft. So, you know, people have shown Abos like numerous times that doors and windows open and you can close them again. No, just smash the fuckers. We won't need them.
Well, they're free, aren't they?
Yeah, so you smash them.
Yeah.
So they do that. That's the first thing they do when they move in. Often the electrics in the house don't work because all the wires have been ripped out and the copper's been sold. And one of their favourite things to do is punch a hole into the walls, not for the free candy floss. They're not interested in that. No, you punch a hole into the wall and then you do a shit in it, because that's a toilet, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works in Wagga
What
Wagga
the
Land.
fuck? Dom says, I saw an abo stripper at a strip club in Brisbane. Nice body and a face to protect it with.
Simple as.
Simple as.
It seems to be that they're placated by drinking petrol, so they're not as violent as the North American pavement ape, but they're still pretty dangerous wildlife. And that's the thing as well. Up until the 1980s, they were legitimately recognised as wildlife because they're violent savages. But then, and then in the 1980s, Nelson Mandela's like, "Oh no, they look a bit like me, even though they're not. So you got to be nice to them, otherwise I'll set fire to another bus full of school children. Grr, grr. I'm Nelson Mandela. Buy my rice."
I died in 1980.
So because Nelson Mandela said, "Oh, the poor Aborigines," then everybody had to be like, "Oh, okay."
That's a pretty decent Nelson Mandela impression, Hobbit. Were you in the running for the film?
"Oh, I am Nelson Mandela. How did you know?" And so because Nelson Mandela said, "You are being a racist," then everyone had to be like, "All right, we'll pretend they're human beings even though they're not, and we'll give them houses, and we'll teach them not to punch holes in the walls and do a shit in them, or smash the doors on the first day because they like a draft, and we'll pretend they're human beings." And the problem is now, like, the people born in these generations, they don't understand it's just play pretend, that they're not really humans, that they're a different species. So unfortunately there are now Australians who say they are real human beings, and it's terribly bigoted to say that.
They're a real hero, are they?
They're real human beings. They're just as sophisticated and intelligent as you or I. The fact that I've never met an Englishman who's punched a hole into his wall to do a shit in it is just because of opportunities,
bigotry,
and socio-economic upbringing, and class and education. Because don't you remember when you were in like year 6 in school, they said don't punch a hole into the wall to do a shit.
Yeah.
Use the toilet.
Yeah.
That seemed to be like the majority of my coursework in year 6 was like not punching holes in walls, and
don't be rama.
Yeah, and they also, like, year 7 was don't sniff petrol, it will go rama.
Hobbit's Mandela impression is a cross between the Elephant Man and Kenneth Williams. Oh, matron. Say "oh, matron" in your Nelson Mandela voice, Hobbit.
"Matron, Winnie will burn you alive if you make that comment again." Winnie Mandela is a really nice woman and deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for her humanitarian efforts.
She did a lot of humanitarian efforts with tyres, didn't she?
Yes, she did a lot of humanitarianism with those children.
Nelson Mandela, who died in 1980, let's not forget.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of this, but yeah, there was the other timeline where that was a thing.
I thought the other timeline was where it happened.
Oh yeah, that's it. I don't remember that from my but then again, I was young at the time, and like blacks were dying all the time in Los Angeles, so I could have just like chalked up to that.
Actually, we should refer to him as former terrorist Nelson Mandela.
Recovering terrorist.
Yeah, former terrorist Nelson Mandela. Okay, well, Tommy Robinson will be like former EDL until the day he dies. So, like, we should former a few other people, shouldn't we? Like former terrorist Majid Nawaz.
Former terrorist Tony Blair.
But I don't think there's any former about it, Hobbit.
Still active, is it?
Active terror, very much active terrorist, Tony Blair.
Oh, speaking of terrorism, I got blocked by some Irish cunt who, well, I assume he's Irish because he had an Irish flag.
Got no sense of humour.
And the Ukrainian flag in his thing. And this was just something about the British Isles, like, oh, you know, the geography of the British Isles, or something like that. And he's saying, Ireland's part of the
we needed feedback on Thursday's episode. Did you ever get a response from?
No, and he hasn't blocked me. He's just, I'm beneath his contempt. He's not going to answer my simple little question about why was this done and cars and stuff. Like, you know, how do you justify like all the cities in the world doing this massive earthworks effort? Because in 1850 there was like a total of 18 cars on the road in the world.
So did he actually? Because I missed this bit. Did he actually say that? Like, because cars couldn't go uphill, that's why.
In the 19th century, that all these places were being buried was everyone thought it would be a really good idea to regrade cities and level them all off because cars were a thing. Yes. Like, somebody like read a newspaper saying, here's this thing called a car, it's a horseless carriage, and it moves of its own conveyance, and so we got regrade roads because they can't go up his lines.
Sounds plausible.
Yeah. But yeah, regarding the other thing, well, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela. Here is my easy cook basmati
Oh, what are we doing on
rice.
Thursday, Hobbit? I don't think we've decided yet.
Why don't we do Nelson Mandela, the nicest guy I know?
Winnie Mandela. Nelson and Winnie, a love story. That's what we need to do. They used to go out necklacing. Winnie, I've bought you a necklace.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'd like to do?
What?
Aren't mushrooms amazing? Like, you think they're a plant, but they're not. They grow in the dark.
Have you got an hour on mushroom? Actually, you and Dom, do you want to come on Thursday and talk about mushrooms? I'm pretty sure Dom's a mushroom expert.
I could easily do 2 hours on mushrooms.
I'm not talking about on mushrooms. I'm talking about
usually
mushrooms.
it's 8 to 10 hours, but I can condense it into 2.
Magic mushrooms, yeah. Can we talk about mushroom rings, fairies? We could squeeze a bit of fairies in there too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's so much that can be done with mushroom. I mean,
did you ever? You wouldn't have played this, but there used to be a game called Curse of Sherwood, and it was on the Commodore 64 and the Spectrum, and you could teleport by going into mushroom rings.
Nice. Yeah, I don't remember that game. I did used to play on the ZX Spectrum, so I know Turbo the Tortoise and Ant Attack and
Yeah, Curse of Sherwood it was called. I used to have it because I had it on my Commodore 64.
Yeah, Pack, and I remember Lemmings on. That was one of those transition games. It's like I was playing Lemmings on the ZX
Is there a
Spectrum.
format that Lemmings isn't on?
Oh, it's on everything now.
That's what I mean. I don't think there's a format that Lemmings hasn't been on.
But
Except for Apple. I bet it's not been on Apple.
One of the first games I ever played was on the PC was Lemmings, and I was like, oh wow, I've played this on the thing, but now it's got sound and it's got graphics.
Yeah, I remember it on my mate. I never had an Amiga at the time, but my mate had one.
And I remember there was this shooter I used to play. It was a bit like Galaxian. I think it was like Space Bats or something, just about these space bats from Mars, and it was pretty. I kind of liked it. You know, people back then would just make games, and they'd just be quirky little things. Well, I suppose you still get quirky games these days. I mean, like Hotline Miami was.
I think there are quite a few independent games that are still made, aren't there? I remember there was a lot on the PS4.
Yeah, well, I suppose what do you mean by independent? Really, it's hard to say these days.
They're probably not that independent, but they're like smaller budget. You know, like the top down. Like they're almost like they're kind of like glorified like old 80s shooters, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that's right. They call them twin sticks.
Yeah, a bit
Not
like
sure why they call
what's it
them
called?
twin
Lovecraft. Is it
Chopsticks.
Tesla versus Lovecraft, stuff like that?
Hmm.
You played that one?
Oh yeah, Tesla versus Lovecraft. I got that because they made Crimson Land, where I got into the top 10 worldwide global scores, and top 5 co-op global scores.
Oh, nice.
And as far as I know, co-op can be done with up to 4 players. Well, I only ever played it 2-player.
So that was. Did you say it was? So that was that. So that was Tesla versus Lovecraft, was it?
Prior to that, the game they released was called Crimson Land, and it's a brilliant game, and I love it. And
What's
I
it
wish
about?
they would do a modern Crimson Land, which you could play online. It'd be great. It's a top-down shooter, waves of enemies, and
Amiga. Dom had it on his Amiga 500.
oh, what Lemmings?
Yeah. Do you remember Linda Lusardi's strip poker Hobbit? I think they did Sam Fox strip poker as well. I bet Dom was a dirty little fucker. I bet he had Samantha Fox to strip poker.
The game I
Dom
really
had
liked
bedroom Olympics. Little filth
on-
monger, isn't he?
Olympics? No, I don't remember. The game I really liked on the Amiga was called Silkworm. That was a side scroller. You had a jeep and a helicopter, and probably the best sound effects were either the arcade or the Amiga version. I want to say it was like, it probably was. It was like stereo, but like stereo separation. So the explosions had this real like immersive sound, and it's a shame because like games really don't really bother doing stereo separation. It's a shame because it's a really nice effect. Like one of my
They do
favorite
surround sound now, don't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's still something to be said for stereo separation, and it should be done more, but it's not really done, and it's just very sad. It's neglected.
Yeah, the Beatles were big on their stereo separation, weren't they?
One of the best songs I know for it, well, it's not even really a song, it's just a soundscape, is Pink Floyd's Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. I like listening to that on headphones. Like,
Yeah.
there's a bit where you can hear him scraping on some toast, and it's just like, oh, it really does sound like he's behind you when doing that.
Yeah, Swiv's the sequel, isn't it?
Ah, Swiv, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that did that went on to make a game similar to Descent called, was it Forsaken? It was similar to Descent, 6 Degrees of Freedom, maze-like shooter. And I think it was called Forsaken. You were riding around on this hover bike.
I'm trying to think what I used to like. There used to be a really like addictive game called Super Gridder. So you had these grids, and you had scorpions patrolling the grid, so they'd go in a straight line between here and there all the time. But if you crossed their path, they'd come down to get you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really addictive, really hard puzzle game that was.
My department's been looking for this place for a long time. See, what I didn't know was, it was the government's mess to begin with. This whole planet is one big experiment.
You watched any films lately, Hobbit?
Let me think about that.
Oh, the missus watched Dog yesterday. The Channing Tatum
what?
film. Dog with Channing
Oh,
Tatum.
yeah.
Tatum.
Yeah, what did she think of it then?
I haven't had the review from her. She probably enjoyed it 'cause she's a soppy old cow.
I really liked it. I thought it was a very heartwarming film.
Yeah, what is it? He's delivering the dog or something, isn't he?
The dog's going to be put down after it's attended the funeral of one of his squad mates.
Oh, right.
Dog's got PTSD from war.
Oh, right. Okay, then what? It just keeps attacking people, or?
Yeah, Afghanistan.
No, I mean the dog's what's the dog doing? What symptoms?
Very aggressive.
Oh, what? It's attacking people, is it, or?
That's what aggressive is, yeah.
Alphabet Cat. Just watched the new Batman. All 3 hours of it. Meh. Just usual superhero movie has to be dark. Plus the stuff with the Riddler as an incel. I haven't watched it. I've downloaded it, but I haven't watched it yet. It's. I think they tried to go for more like the Batman as a detective angle, didn't they? Which obviously he should be, because he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, but you never actually see him do any detective work.
He's detecting with his fists.
Yeah, I'm detecting your face, motherfucker.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this, Batman. What's 13 and also 50?
You're gonna get my Joker. No, Riddler. Who the fuck you?
Everybody's favourite Joker. What's everybody's favourite Joker then?
Caesar, whatever his name is.
Cesar Romero. I love the way Cesar Romero. Yeah, the tash ain't going, mate. You just paint over the top of it. the tash is going fucking nowhere, pal.
Jack Nicholson.
What's that, mate? You broke up most of the three of that.
I'm just thinking. I forgot the name. I forgot his name, but he's in the one with the gas, where he's in the balloon, fucking Zeppelin gassing them all. He's got the little.
Yeah. That's Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson's the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Never rub another man's rhubarb. Yeah, he had the right amount of because he is supposed to be like. He's kind of like funny and sadistic. Like, he's not some, oh no, look at me, I've got a scarred face. Ooh. I was never a big fan of Heath Ledger's Joker.
What? He's definitely second best, man.
Second best.
I kind of liked it. Like, there's some good memes from it, although I didn't watch the film. I think really with these Batman films, the best thing is not to watch the film, but just enjoy the memes. Like I watched that Batman set in Glasgow, and it's so boring and dull, and it's just like
Batman's Glasgow.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just like this looks familiar. This Gotham City. It's like, oh well, it was actually set in Glasgow, so it could be raining and miserable all the time. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Jared Leto is nobody's favourite Joker. Do you remember Damaged Joker?
I don't even think like even Jared Leto was like, yeah, I didn't particularly like my version of Joker.
I don't know what I was doing. In Suicide Squad Alphabet Cat. Oh, Mister. Yeah. He means the current Batman Alphabet Cat. By I assume you mean current Batman.
One with the Riddler in it.
Yeah. Was that geezer any good as the Riddler, was he?
Riddler looks a bit like Barkley. If Barkley had glasses, he'd remind me of the Riddler.
Does the Riddler look like a lesbian lady?
Probably
Yes.
not what Barkley wants to hear after he's just been, had his name and reputation dragged through the muck on national TV.
No, he's a hero now. Like it's all good. It's the best thing that can happen to you is getting on a Channel 4 Hatchet Job documentary.
Yes, that sort of publicity opens doors.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll get a slot on Alex Jones's show when?
Oh, absolutely. Movie deals, Nike sponsorship. He'll get it all.
Well, he just goes on Alex and says, "So about those Sandy Hook victims, were any of them darky? Because I didn't like them very much."
It does.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be doing an episode on Sandy Hook on my channel.
No, I don't blame you for some reason, but yeah.
The Riddler in that reminded me of Woes, says Alphabet Cat. Have you seen it, Ian? You've seen the new Batman, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what he's on about? Does that?
Yeah. Well, he's some like dirty fucking like basement dweller type.
Yeah.
Like definitely gave
Batman. Sit on the sofa, of Batman.
Are you trying to tell me that Riddler is your typical 4chan user?
Typical Mac user.
He's a poltard.
Is he going to remind me of Capstan, Hobbit?
No.
He's not considerably more superior than Yao.
It seems familiar somehow. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's like it's like I've encountered this archetype before. They definitely, I think they knew what they were doing with.
It's not your mate the artist, is it? I bet.
No, I think it's Capstan's mate.
Capstan.
Bit of a dog.
But... My mate the artist would probably be more like Joker. So if you mentioned like Jared Leto mixed with Brian from Spaced.
I just want to know why Jared Leto, like, all the stuff he's ever seen about the Joker, decides, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a James Cagney impression. I'm the Joker, see? I think he'd just been watching like Home Alone, hadn't he? Angels with Dirty Faces, and he's like, the Joker's a gangster, see?
I really like Jack Nicholson's Joker. He was my favourite. I mean, I like Caesar Milano, but at the same time, Jack Nicholson did a good Joker. I mean that.
I just love the way Caesar Romero's just like the Tash. It's not fucking going. It's not going. The Tash ain't going anywhere, mate. I don't give a fuck how much you'll pay me. The grease paint goes over the top.
But the other thing with that as well is just like, you ain't paying me enough to remove this Tash. And the Tash is villainous. See, I'm supposed to be a villain, right? So this is me being a villain.
The Tash stays. Just love. That's what just cracked me up about his Joker.
But I liked it. I mean, as far as I was concerned, that is the Joker. He's got a Tash, so you can twiddle it.
Yeah.
Like Dick Dastardly. I was like, oh yeah, Dick Dastardly, the Joker. They have mustaches because they're both evil. Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think they've probably got. I haven't watched it yet, but I should imagine they've got the Riddler
You're not going to be one of those Joker apologists saying he's not evil, he's just misunderstood.
Oh, he's definitely evil. He's just like, my idea of the Joker's personality. He's like a rabid dog. You never know. You can stroke his head, but you don't know if you're going to get bit or not.
But at least like a pit bull, then.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's like a pit bull. You don't know,
Except he's not as likely to maul children. As
well, you wouldn't leave your children with him, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
Jared Leto as Joe. That was why is it people believe Jared Leto's a good actor? Because I've never seen him like be great in anything.
So the only good thing he played in was that fucking smackhead tranny in Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, was he funny in that?
What films has he been? You know what?
He's the blonde. You know the blonde guy that gets his head punched in Fight Club.
Gay baboon rapes 5 men. Now there's a headline I need to read. Let me just go on IMDb. I am. Oh,
fuck James Corden, it's all about the Range Rover karaoke, motherfucker. Yeah, baby, come on. Oh. We're talking about cheese.
Jared.
Fucking love that. That tickles me so much. Cheesy cunt. Talk about cheesy cunt.
Oh, he's in Dallas Buyers Club. Why does that?
Yeah, Ian A just said that. That's why it rings a bell, because Ian A literally just said that.
Tranny.
So he's in Untitled Jared Leto Joker Project.
Oh
Tron
God.
3.
Tron 3.
Yeah. Tron 3. It's in. It's been announced.
Oh shit! Did you know Harvey Price? Katie Price reveals Harvey now shops for his own dinner at ingredients as he learns independent living at college. I bet they keep him away from the frozen pizza aisle, don't they?
Oh, there we go. Blade Runner 2049. He was Neander Wallace.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Jared Leto, you never know he's been in a movie. You find out afterwards that he was in the movie.
Yeah, he's kind of like Lee Asquith. Lee Asquith, like, if someone said, like, you know, do a crime watch thing for typical London male, you know, circa 1980.
Yeah.
Lee Asquith would be like, oh yeah, that's like your most average British man. That's the look of an average English male.
Oh, yeah. The most important paragraph in this: Harvey, who has Prader-Willi syndrome, diabetes, and autism. Prader-Willi.
Prader-Willi bum bum.
Fucking hell. Harvey was seen checking the ingredients he needed for a spaghetti carbonara.
Jesus Christ.
Others added, "He is an inspiration. You should be so proud of yourself for the young man he has become, and it's the little things that make all the in life that make all the difference. Well done, Harvey."
Oh, if I was Harvey, I'd be like, stop being such a condescending cunt. I'll come to your walls and I'll eat all the free candy floss in yours if you say that to me again. Say it to my face, you fucking cunt.
Katie and her fiancé Carl Woods, 33, accompanied Harvey to a club in Halifax where he and his mother took part in a meet and greet with fans, paying £10 for a photo with him. You know, would you pay £10 for a photo with Harvey, the Chad Harvey?
10 quid worth of Chicago pizzas frozen.
Yeah.
It basically is like, go and pay £10 to get your signed photo with the freak. Katie Price would just be running a sideshow for it. It's like, come see the mistake of my loins, an accident in medical science, the argument for abortion. And the thing is, like, people go and see like Harvey Price and realise the argument for abortion is Katie Price. We are Harvey Price respecters on this channel, on this Christian server.
We are Christians. We are committed Christians.
We will not hear a word said in vain against Harvey Price.
Harvey, can I get your autograph? Headbutts your car door. Cheers.
Oh, see, this is it again. Dom says Jared Leto played a cunt in American Psycho who's good at that. It's like, you're going to have to remind me who he was again, because that's literally like, Jared Leto is in a film I watched. Oh, let me have a look through IMDb again, because he's so anonymous in any film he's in.
You know, like, I know people. I believe it when people say he's there, but I have no recollection of Robert De Niro in Goodfellas.
What? He's like the main guy.
He's one of the main characters in it.
Ray Liotta's the main character in Goodfellas. And
I said he's one of the main characters in it.
And then there's Pesky Joe Pesky, where it's like, do I look funny to you? Do I amuse you? Well, I'm a fucking clown.
There's literally three people in Goodfellas that are the main characters, and he's one of them.
The only person I forget was the, guy who played Chris.
I can't remember a single scene with.
Oh yeah, but he's only in it for a little bit, and then he gets shot in the foot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know? I want to do like a Hobbit cut of Goodfellas, where all the scenes with Robert De Niro's talking and doing stuff is just deleted from the film, so that people can see the film how I remember it.
See, the thing is, all you've got to do with Jared Leto in a film is just watch the film, and your brain will do it for itself.
Wait, you just reminded me of someone on Pirate Bay did a movie but removed the woman in it, and I can't remember what the movie.
The defeminized edit of Star Wars, it's like 47 minutes long and it's brilliant. That's pretty much the only version I could watch.
See, I look at his face and I can't even remember his face. It's like, let's see what he's been in.
You know the deep state,
he's
deep
been,
fake
he's been
stuff.
in a
Why
whole
doesn't
bunch
people
of
just
like shit
do
I
that?
don't care about, so I'm not looking anymore.
Yeah. What else was he in?
Played Dead Space in so long. I should really play it again.
I haven't seen Jalabra, Mr. Nobody. That really fucking sums him up, doesn't it, Mr. Nobody? What are these? See, I haven't seen half of the films he's in.
Yeah, but that's most actors in it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always do like shit films, and then there's just the one good one.
Urban Legend. I've seen Urban Legend. I don't remember him being in it at all.
Oh. Watch out for the Jews.
Yeah. Watch out for Jared Leto, because, well, don't watch out for him, because you'll never remember that he was in it.
Watch out for Harvey Price in the toilet.
Yeah.
He's in the walls.
But when you look at it, when you look at his like acting credits, he really hasn't hardly been anything. So why is he such a famous actor?
What if, like, Harvey Price replayed all the roles that Jared Leto was in?
Guys in the Joker
Price
going, "Hello, you cunt."
But like he's like the boss bloke who makes the simulants in Blade Runner. So what if there was like, you know, Harvey Price there, and he's like gouging the eyes out of you'd have to tell him you can't do it for real. They'd have to give him,
how would you
like,
explain to him what he can do for real and what he can't?
You know what? It could be like an Alec Baldwin situation where Alec Baldwin's just like going to the prop guys like, "Hey, give me a live gun. I'm going to point it at some of the crew members and start blasting."
It's just basically if Jared Leto's been in a film and I've watched it, was he really in it? It's because I can't remember him in any film that I've ever watched him in. I couldn't tell.
Is it some sort of MK Ultra thing where
like... he's got do you remember the Somebody Else's Problem field from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I think he's got a personal one of those, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just like a sort of cloak of anonymity.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, I mean, he should be a hitman because like he'd just fade into the background and nobody would know, would they?
He was obvious too, anyway.
I've made the claim about this, and I'll stick with it, right? But the fact that actors are so well known is actually really good cover for them being hitmen, because, like, take for example, and I'm not saying he's doing this, so Matt Damon, if you're listening to this, please don't come kill me. But someone like Matt Damon, right? He's trained in close quarters combat. He knows how to handle guns better than Alec Baldwin, at least.
No, Alec Baldwin is a quick shooter, faster than the drop.
Alec Baldwin just literally got away with murder and like didn't even bother. Like, it's like, you know what? I reckon I can actually like do my assassination job in full.
Is it me or is Jared Leto Courtney Cox?
So anyway, I started blasting, and someone like Matt Damon could literally be a hitman. And what you're going to do if you go to the police and say, "Look, I'm being pursued by someone. I'm convinced they're trying to kill me."
Oh my god! It's not like if he was even nobody in American Psycho. He's the yuppie. He's the yuppie that Patrick Bateman kills, and he was still forgettable.
So, like, you try and give a description to the police of like your assailant, and it's like you're describing Matt Damon
or Jared Leto.
Like, and it's like, mate, move on. You're wasting police time. This is just like some weird celeb fantasy you got. And that's the other thing as well. It's like, Matt Damon, why are you in Minsk? Well, I'm filming a film here. We're on set for like doing a Bourne Identity film or something, a Jason Bourne film. See, plausible deniability for being in all these places around the world. Like, Pierce Brosnan, why are you in North Korea? Well, I had to be here for filming Remington Steel.
James Bond. James Bond was in North Korea.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like a North Korea James Bond.
Yeah, it was. the one with Madonna in it.
Oh, there's so many cuts in that hovercraft scene. Like, I was saying cut every time they cut to a different a different shoot. And
Karaoke's Japanese for Ting Tong Sing Song. Hemi, you annoy everyone so much when you interrupt Hobbit.
Yeah, everyone wants to hear me. I'm the star of the show.
Yeah.
I knew it. Finally, I'm starting to get recognition from my fans.
Yes. And not Top Cat.
Yes.
Do you think Karaoke's Japanese for Ting Tong Sing Song could be Jaff? Because Jaff was a bit like... he was bordering onto like the sexually obsessive with you, weren't he, Hobbit?
I thought it was JMK.
Who, Jaff?
No, I thought JMK was Ting Tong Sing Song.
Yeah, I think he is as well. But do you remember your number one fan, Jaff?
He was my number 2 fan. He had to get behind Top Cat.
Yeah. That was weird when Top Cat was saying he was your number 1 fan. That got weird, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable with it.
Yeah. Right, I've been going 2 hours. We're done. I'm tired, we're done.
Shit, I got to get to bed. I got to stop playing.